Hey, Kevin Douglas here. I'm just recording the last match of this league with Modern Burn. And we are on the draw. We have an okay hand if we had two lands. We do have a couple turn one plays though. We could go like Goblin Guide into Goblin Guide, Swift Spear, Suspend Rift Bolt, cast a Searing Blaze once we draw our second land. Considering we're on the draw, I'm actually going to keep this hand because it actually looks like it's alright with just two land. Looks like it's a hand that can keep the pressure up. So I've been punished before for keeping one land hands before though. But a creature heavy hand could be good against what is probably blue-white control. And that's actually perfect. So we are going to lead Goblin Guide. So we found a mountain. Always yield there. Looks like Snapcaster Mage. I'll just kind of leave that up there in the corner. So hopefully we'll get a lot of pressure going here with some creatures on the board. They got 2 mana up. They might be able to like mana leak or something. I'm really not a fan of seeing these Searing Blazes right now. It's not really what we want to be drawing, but we'll see if that really matters. I'm going to get a Sacred Foundry here. I'm hoping next turn they don't go Spreading Seas. Because we won't be able to cast our Boros Charm right away. But I want to get these creatures out. I probably could have led with the Swift Spear and gotten more damage in this turn. But I'm kind of banking on maybe having the potential to be a little bit more damage on subsequent turns. I think with how our mana is shaping up though, I'm probably looking at like 1 spell a turn though, so unfortunately, maybe I wanted that other Goblin Guide. Although that would have lined up pretty well with their Detention Sphere. They would have been able to nab both our Goblin Guide and the Swift Sphere, so actually I think this is working out pretty well. Grim Lavamancer is one of our better cards. So I think we're going to cast Grim Lavamancer. So Seachrome Coast is going to come in tapped if they play it. And then we'll suspend a Rift Bolt. The opponent's going to Searing Visions. So I've seen this Attention Sphere. Cast another Searing Visions. They have Plains up. They can still Path to Exile. I figure if they have Path, maybe they would do Grim Lavamancer before I have a chance to at least activate it. Or Oust. Okay, second from the top. Gain 3 life. Okay, so we are going to get in for quite a bit of damage this turn with the Rift Bolt, Boros Charm. We could Swift Spear here. Try to Boros Charm next turn. Though with Oust, let's see. Second from the top, we know we're going to try to cast Grim Lavamancer again next turn. So I think this turn we actually cast this Boros Charm. And I think that's just better use of our mana, because we know that we're going to have 2 1 CMC plays next turn. One's going to play Field of Ruin. I think they're thinking about cutting us off white there. Looks like they'll cast Snapcaster Mage. And probably oust the Goblin Guide. So Snapcaster is a good target for our Swift Spear. So I think I'm actually just going to cast the Swift Spear. Let's do Monastery Mentor or Swift Spear. I could actually Searing Blaze and get them down to 3. I don't know. I'd really hope we draw a land next turn, because otherwise we're going to be drawing a Goblin Guide the next turn. So I think we go Swift Spear here. Lavamancer. And I'm not going to attack in with the Swift Spear, just in case we draw a land next turn. Then we can Searing Blaze the Snapcaster Mage. What I don't want them to do is trading, because otherwise we're just getting like no value out of the Swift Spear. So maybe a Sphinx's Rev. Yeah, for 3. I don't know how many these decks run in their main deck, but they always seem to hit it. So actually, there's that Goblin Guide. I think I'm going to Grim Lavamancer to the Snapcaster, cast Goblin Guide, get in for 3. Or I could just Searing Blaze, hit for 1, get in for more damage just by attacking with the Grim Lavamancer. And if they do have a board wipe, we can follow up with a Goblin Guide. This is a total of 4 damage as opposed to 3. So it feels kind of bad using a Searing Blaze like this, but we do get the Prowess trigger. Put him down to 3, which is kind of like the magic number. So there's Path to Exile. Take advantage of that land. Six cards in hand. So they have a lot to work with. I mean, they have Cryptic Mana up. Though, depending on their land drop this turn, they won't. So they're going to take us off of that land. We actually only own 3. 3 mountains. So we'll tap that. We don't actually have a land we can fetch there. So we'll be able to cast the Goblin Guide. And Lava Spike. So we'll lead with a Goblin Guide. If that gets countered, then we can Lava Spike. Yeah, so seems pretty good. Showing us their hand, that's fine. I mean, they had a negate for the Lava Spike. Couldn't handle the Goblin Guide, though. So being up a game feels good. Gonna bring in a Grim Lavamancer. And I think 2 Skull Cracks. And I think we can take out a couple Searing Blazes. They're pretty conditional, and they don't always have like many creatures that it's useful on. So go ahead and submit that. I don't think we bring in Deflecting Palm. I mean, maybe it catches them on a Celestial Colonnade later in the game, but so this hand seems pretty good. We can go turn 1 Lavamancer, turn 2 Eidolon. Might get spell snared, but that happens. So you know, there's only so much you can do about that. So Bloodstained Miner is great because we don't really want to have just one source of white mana, especially when our hand is so loaded up with white spells. So I'm just going to keep that. So Floodstrand, what we'd love here is for them to tap out, and then we can play Eidolon. Ruined Halo. Probably name Grim Lavamancer. So kind of a bummer. We will be able to possibly use it to clear the board a little bit. So I think I'm going to probably fetch for an Upright Sacred Foundry. I want to leave my basics just in case we get like Pathed or Field of Ruin. It is doing a little bit of damage to ourselves that maybe we don't need to do. So no real point in attacking there. Ruined Halos, naming Grim Lavamancer. They have protection from that card. Excuse me. So there's that Ruined Halo, or Field of Ruin. It looks like maybe they'll so actually I'm going to, this might be an okay turn for us. So I'm going to fire off a Boros Charm. So we'll find a mountain. They have an island. They could dispel. I could put a Sacred Foundry in tapped. Rift Bolt. Suspend Rift Bolt. But I think I'll go for the Boros Charm here. Or maybe the Lightning Helix. Probably Lightning Helix. We're doing ourselves a lot of damage, but hopefully we'll win the race. Yeah, I think it's the best use of our mana right now. So we're going to take 4 to do this. They'll take 2 to counter it. If they had Dispel. And so we'll get them down to 9. And then next turn we can cast Lightning Helix and suspend Rift Bolt. So there's another Ruined Halo. I'm guessing they're going to have to name Eidolon. There's another island. So we can actually Lava Spike, Lightning Helix. So I think we're going to Lava Spike here. Of course, I could suspend Rift Bolt, hold Lava Spike, and then play Lightning Helix. I think we test the waters of this Lava Spike. I should have played Bloodstained Mire. I could have paid for a... what do you want to call it? Mana Leak. So they're going to dispel that, which is a bit of a bummer. Because we might just end up dying to our own Eidolon here if they have enough counter spells. So this is where running just Boros Burn has a little bit of trouble because it doesn't have Destructive Revelry. So if they counter this with anything but a Cryptic command, it's gonna... actually, they're not getting hurt by Eidolon anymore, so... I guess we're just kind of hoping they're out of counter spells. Nope, so what we are hoping for is a Boros Charm here. It is a Skullcrack. But actually, we are dead to our own Eidolon. So we are kind of blocked out with our... Oh, you know what? I don't know why I didn't do this earlier. I should have killed my own Eidolon, like, way long time ago. So as soon as they played that Ruined Halo... So that's kind of you know, not very smart on my part. Does turn off their fetch land there. And now we just have to kind of hope we, like, rip... like, damage spell after damage spell. So yeah, that wasn't very heads up on my part. So there's Swift Spear. If it's all like negates into spells, this could be pretty good. They don't have enough to activate Celestial Colonnade. We can pay for a Mana Leak. So there is the Mana Leak. It's gonna resolve. Maybe they're hoping for a misclick. Maybe they have an oust. So there's a Snapcaster Mage for like 0 value. And what they did was they made us pay so we could not use Grim Lavamancer. So that was a good answer to Swift Spear. They're down to 2 cards. So I feel like we're in an okay spot here as long as we don't keep ripping like Eidolons and Grim Lavamancers. Go ahead and play that Inspiring Advantage. So it looks like they might start trying to get in with Celestial Colonnade, which that'll do it. We'll concede that game. Goblin Guide, bummer. So I think I liked the I think I liked what we had. We'll be on the play again. And hopefully we can just be a little bit faster than them. No land, that's a bad start. Mulligan, that's another terrible hand. So we'll just have to keep this. Put that turn on top. Unfortunately, we're going to miss out on a turn 1 Goblin Guide. Because I really want that other land. So I think we'll fetch for Sacred Foundry here. So we could lead Goblin Guide, Rift Bolt, and hopefully, and that'll save us 4 life if we played Eidolon first. I'm also debating here if I draw another Sacred Foundry or not. I think I'm going to go Sacred Foundry. And I'm actually going to go Goblin Guide, Rift Bolt. That way if they have like an oust or something, maybe they use it on the Goblin Guide. It's just kind of a bummer last game that we lost that life to our Eidolon when we didn't have to. That was definitely a bad play on my part, and I think it ended up costing us the game because we took more damage than we needed to, and they were able to finish us off on like one last turn. So there's Ruined Halo. Hopefully they don't name Eidolon. It's actually Rift Bolt. So I think that means I might have to cast myself. Yes, that's pretty good value there. We're going to hold on to that mountain to activate our Syrian Blaze. Or to trigger landfall for a Syrian Blaze. There's an oust. Yeah, and I just feel like we're super far behind in this game. We had to mull to 5, and we didn't even really have a great start because we needed that extra land that we scryed. I mean, maybe I should have scryed that to the bottom and done like turn 1 Goblin Guide. So there's Skullcrack. I think we hold that up. So there's Ruined Halo. I think they're going to name Eidolon because they know that's what we're going to draw next turn. So it does blank a draw. Lets them get up on land a little bit. There's Serum Visions. They go top, which seems pretty bad for us. So again, we're just going to kind of hold on to our spells. they'll just pass, leave mana up. Another Eidolon. So those are some pretty bad draws right now. So kind of an unfortunate way to, so let's see here. We're going to have, so there's Vendilion Click. We're going to Searing Blaze this. Hope that doesn't get dispelled. I get spell snared. Did find a Swift Spear. So I feel like this game's been a bit of bad luck. I think even if I was attacking on that first turn with that Goblin Guide, wouldn't be doing much different right now. So here's Snapcaster Mage. I think now I'd like to... I mean, that was actually our only Searing Blaze. So Searing Blaze actually may have lined up pretty well against this deck. So maybe I should have had like fewer Skull Cracks. Go ahead and play Inspiring Vantage. We're not going to attack in with Swift Spear without Prowess. Search for Azcanta. So we'll take 5. Go down to 6. Bloodstained Mire is not what we needed. We're going to have to play Monastery Mentor here and block. But I think we're just dead. We don't really have an answer for a Celestial Colonnade. If we block with this Monastery Mentor, I mean, next turn all they need is land. They can activate the Celestial Colonnade. They're so far ahead. They know we have 2 Eidolons. They know we have at least 1 land and a Swift Spear. I don't actually think they've seen a Swift Spear, but we're so far behind, I just don't see how we'd kind of crawl out of this hole. So, yeah, it kind of stinks. I feel like I really lost that game too, not seeing the fact that I could burn my own Eidolon with my Grim Lavamancer. I think I would have bought at least an extra turn from that, and that may have made the difference in that match. So losing game 3 kind of stinks, but you know, that's what happens when you kind of make some misplays and force it to go to a game 3. And then you just kind of, you know, this game 3 happened to mulligan down to 5, not a great start. You know, their hand lined up super well against ours, and now we're just kind of drawing a bunch of land where we really needed like burn spells. So yeah, I think I'll run the Swift Spear out, but I don't think we're going to be able to do much with it. Which is kind of a bummer, because if I'm just going to block with it, I should just block to the last turn. Yeah, so it's just a matter of time. And unless they just like never find another land to activate Celestial Colonnade, we have to pretty much like have removal for this Vendilion Click. Hope they blank on land for the next like 10 turns, and we just draw another land. So yeah, not much we can do about that game 3, I feel like. Just kind of a bummer. So good games. Let's go ahead and fetch myself down to 0. Oh, can't even kill myself. So just go ahead and concede. So kind of a bummer, kind of a crappy way to end the league. But like I said, you know, I lost that game 2 on a misplay, I think, and that's what happens when you don't play very well. You lose to, you know, you lose to other players. So that's that.